Hello lovelies, I am the Fragnostic, and on this edition of The Holy Truth, we are possessed by Daughter of Shadows, an SCP breach event, in which we'll be playing as SCP-29, a telepathic terror bitch who seizes control of the minds of men. I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to humorously compare her to an ex-girlfriend, but a much more apt correlation can be found in SCP-3012, an angry disembodied pair of tits that throws plates at you and pretends to be pregnant for attention. Forewarned is forearmed, lovelies. Let's visit the SCP wiki to see what horrifying massive psychodemonic tentacle panic we're playing as today. Here we are, SCP-29, Sinead O'Connor. Well, there you go. You can't feed it, or be alone with it, or give it a bed in case it tries to murder you with the legs. I'll take it back. That is my ex-girlfriend. Run, you fools! Class 5 containment is not enough. I like Daughter of Shadows. It's ugly as fuck and never quite shakes the lingering atmosphere of a mid-tier Newsgrounds flash game, but it's engagingly quirky, inventive, and makes lovely use of the existing SCP mythology to deliver some solid fan service. You start trapped in your cell with a bunch of scientists talking shit about you, before Karma intervenes with a massive power failure, releasing every trans-dimensional abomination in the facility to run riot and indirectly aid your escape. The goal here is simple. Gather the passcodes from two scientists and reroute the emergency power to the doors to abscond from the lab and return to wreaking havoc upon anything unlucky enough to possess the XY chromosomes. Getting it done is less straightforward. Despite her formidable abilities, SCP-29 is somewhat fragile, especially when exposed to light, making her easy prey for guards and other malevolent inmates. To steel herself against their attacks, she can recruit any number of red-blooded males to provide her with protection, a lethal attack against other women, and a means of manipulating the computer terminals. The layout of the facility, as well as the other SCPs that you encounter, is randomly generated with every new game, with the exception of the old man who seems to turn up every playthrough. If he catches you, he'll send you off to his weird pocket dimension. Ugh, trapped in the old man's naughty pocket. Smells like gone off cheese in here. But it's not quite as malevolent as its backstory portrays it, offering you more of an inconvenience as it randomly displaces you to another part of the lab. Besides him, you can encounter the startling statue, absence of shark, the Apoca Rubik's Cube, the lonely ball, the skeleton key, needy mirror, and of course everybody's favourite, the sculpture. A grotesque carving that can only come at you while you're not directly looking at it, and a cataclysmic pain in the arse that always seems to appear when you're on the second floor and trap you by humping the door to your only way down. In all, there's about 25 of them waiting to make your acquaintance, with some ending up to be more beneficial than anything by killing off pesky guards or healing you. If there's anything outwardly negative to heap onto Daughter of Shadows besides the zero budget presentation that will undoubtedly turn some way at the door, it's really nothing but a few elementary design flaws. You have to play the introductory section every time you die, which is irritating beyond words, compounded by the fact that you can't just hammer through a series of text boxes to rid yourself of it. You gotta close one, wander around for a bit, you close another, wait for the power to go out, wait some more, Jesus Christ almighty. The whole process takes up to a couple of minutes sometimes, which could easily be undone with a simple skip button to cut you into the action. The game doesn't cater particularly well to non-SCP geeks either, first by refusing to even have the good manners to pause the fucking game while you're trying to familiarise yourself with the background, and second by providing precious little of that background for context, which is really the least you could do in a roguelike full of bizarre oddities that want you dead. It would be nice, for example, to know that the guards that you bend to your will don't use their guns to kill, because the Daughter of Shadows is a figure of worship for the Thuggy cult, who strangle their victims ritualistically to honour their goddess Kali. It's not fundamental to the gameplay or anything, but when the strength of your game lies in a pre-existing universe of mythology, it's wise to give the player at least as much of it as you're using in-game. Beyond that, I've got nothing much to whine about. 47p is the asking price for this pleasant distraction, and if you want to hold out for a day or so, it's actually going to be free thanks to some unforeseen licensing issues with one of the SCPs, so there's really no excuse not to at least give it the old once over, unless of course you are a shallow human being motivated merely by looks, to which I must warn you once again of SCP-3012, on the loose and throwing plates at those it ensnares in relationships. Last sighted at Harlow Job Centre, berating staff for not recognising her current position as a higher ranking succubus as relevant job seeking activity. Beware.